So the sunshine is back over here in Mallorca, and so am I, and I'm down here in the very lovely and beautiful Illietes, staying close to home today to bring you my island update for this week. Now I'm going to be talking about whether Mallorca as a holiday destination is in fact an overpriced destination. We've heard so much about pricing. We're also going to take a look in this video as well about taking your kids out of school on holiday during term time, and also my question is, because there's been a lot about it in the media in the UK at the moment, if it's illegal, why is this allowed to happen, and why are holiday companies even selling those holidays if you're not allowed to take your kids out of school? Also, we're going to take a look at the weather forecast for the week ahead, and as you can see, it's absolutely gorgeous down here in Illietes today, but it's all set to change as we head on towards the weekend once again, so stay tuned in this video to find out more. But first, we're going to start this video by talking about the cost of a summer holiday for 2025, and that's just for 1 week, just to get away from the rain and the gloomy weather that you guys have been experiencing in the United Kingdom or across Northern Europe, or indeed if you're coming over from the United States. Now, I've heard from many of you that you're paying so much more for your holiday that you did last year. Whether you're travelling out of season, you're still paying more for it. Whether you're travelling during peak season, you're paying almost double, it seems, as well. And many of you are actually now opting to travel right out of season as well. And you can see, just looking at my videos in the winter, going around the island in the winter, you can just see how empty the island is. And it does beg the question as to why there isn't a little bit more tourism just spread out throughout the year over here in Mallorca, and it's just not all concentrated into the peak holiday season. So I thought I'd take a very quick look at jet2.com at the price of holidays and how much a family of 4 are going to pay if you're 2 adults and 2 kids coming away for a 7-night break. What are you looking to pay for summer 2025? Well, just doing a very quick search for July the 28th for 7 nights, because that's kind of when pretty much everyone's on summer holidays then. You're going to be on summer holidays in the United Kingdom, you're going to be on summer holidays as well throughout Europe as well. What are you going to pay for that first week of peak season? Well, the prices that are coming up at the moment are showing that a family of 4 can book a week's self-catering for £2,200, which is about €2,500 approximately. And I'm also having a look as well, and I can see that the best value resorts are coming up as Calador, Santa Ponsa, Can Picafor, Calabona, Alcudia, and also, very surprisingly, Porto Poyensa, because I've always considered Porto Poyensa to be a little bit more of a upmarket resort, a little bit more expensive, particularly with the really nice hotels that they have up there. So here's a top tip for you. If you are looking for a value for money break and you want to get away as a family, go and check out the apartment, the self-catering rentals over there in Porto Poyensa. You could pick yourself up a good deal. But don't forget as well, if you are travelling self-catering, you do have to factor in the cost of food. I did make a video over in our local supermarket, over in Mercadona supermarket a couple of summers ago, about how much food costs over here. I am going to update that video as well for this year, because well, prices have gone up, as indeed they have where you live in the world too. Looking at hotel deals, I can see that the cheapest hotel deals for the first week of peak season are going at about €3,000 for the week for a family of 4, so that's like about £2,800. Once again, the cheapest resorts are Santa Ponsa, Calabona, Sillot, Alcudia. You're going to find some really good deals in those resorts, and that's staying half board as well, so that's getting your breakfast and your dinner, so that's looking like a pretty good deal. However, and this may be breaking news for many, but the most expensive place to stay on the islands, or at least one of the most expensive places to stay on the islands, may actually surprise you, and that's over in Palma Nova, because last year, and I suspected as well, not only with all the refurbishments that are taking place in the Calvia municipality with the upgrading of Magaluf, and you've seen my videos about the beach works going on down on Magaluf waterfront, but it looks like Calvia is trying to attract like a higher end tourist as well, and that's really being reflected in the prices. So on average, if you're going to Palma Nova on holiday in peak season, and say you're staying all inclusive at a very popular hotel, say we're looking at the Sol Palma Nova hotel here, you're looking at paying around €1,000 or £1,000 per person, and that, in my opinion, is quite a lot of money. It does seem to be quite pricey. Now, even in June, even if you roll the clock back a little bit on the Jet2 website, if you're looking for prices in June, doubt that much cheaper, to be honest. It's not that much more inexpensive to go on holiday, but if we just do a search just 1 week before the start of peak season over here on the island, well, taking a look at the prices, you're going to see that they do come out at around about £100 roughly, €100 roughly cheaper for that week's holiday. You can see a small reduction just for the weeks either side of peak season. Now, just getting into perspective how much demand there is for holidays over here in the Balearic Islands. Now, apparently it's been reported that the islands have attracted in around 15 million tourists over the past year, which is just literally astronomical, and that's spread out between all the islands in the Balearic Islands. And Spain as an entire country, so this is including the Canary Islands as well, attracted some 94 million tourists throughout 2024. Now, that's just like some crazy statistics, so you can kind of get an idea just how many people actually want to come over here on holiday. Now, looking at the cost of holidays for this year, I'm really keen to know what you guys think about this. I can also see plenty of availability left for peak season as well. So my guess is that many of you are in fact holding off on booking your holiday until maybe later on in the year. And in fact, are you even holding on to try and get some last minute great value deals? I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you're going to do about booking your summer holiday this year, or in fact if you found a really good deal. So I thought I'd just switch up the view. You can see the very lovely Cala Mayor right behind me. So why are these holidays so expensive for this year? Because I can hear you all in comments as well. I can hear you saying that it's a big rip-off, it's overpriced, paying too much money. But why are holidays more expensive this year than they ever have been? Well, it's for several reasons, and largely because of operational costs. I would say prices have gone up just about everywhere in the world for everything, and there's no reason why Spain shouldn't be any different. As a resident living over here, our supermarket prices have gone up, food has gone up, petrol's gone up, everything has gone up. And for all the people that have commented on the channel in recent months or in recent years saying it's a complete rip-off, you're not coming to Spain again, and it should be as cheap as it used to be, well, I don't think that's going to happen, because, well, times have changed, and I don't think we're going to return to the days when you're going to get £1 a pint over here or €1 a pint. It's just not going to happen. Prices are now pretty high, and the main reason for that is going to be just pure and simple the operational costs of actually having that holiday and running that holiday. So consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already, and I'll make a price guide for summer 2025 when I know the approximate cost of holidaying here in Mallorca. And we're talking about the cost of electricity. We know electricity's gone up worldwide, it's gone up here too. We're talking about the cost of labour as well, and the workforce over here. As you know, if you've been watching my videos, you're going to know that it's very, very hard to rent property here on the island. The cost of renting property has gone through the roof, and salaries have had to go up, or at least I'd like to think they've gone up on the island to help workers be able to pay for some kind of lifestyle over here. Obviously, I'm not working a full-time job anymore. I can't tell you whether salaries have gone up, but one thing I do know that has gone up is social security contributions. So that's that extra that you've got to pay every single month, and companies are going to have to pay that on their employees too. So anyone that's coming to work for them, it's going to cost them more to have that person working for them in the future. And also things like passenger duty or some kind of government tax, which is also attached to your holiday, as well as tourism tax here, which I'm guessing may well go up this summer too. So you can see, just by adding everything in, including the price of food in your hotel, prices have gone up across the board, and that's why holidays are proving to be more expensive this year than they ever have done. And there's no way, I don't think any business on this island can keep their costs down to what they were even 5 or 6 years ago. So I'm anticipating these costs may well rise in the future. So don't delay your holiday too much, and also go back and check out a video that I put out at the beginning of the year as well about how to find a bargain break, and also what to look out for as well when you're booking your holiday too. So I'll pin that video in the description text below. Now, in the past week or so, there's been a huge debate in the British media about whether you should be taking your kids out of school during term time to take advantage of the slightly cheaper holidays. And if you're saving almost £100 or €100 per person, well, that's going to mean a saving of around like 400 quid on the one holiday. So you can understand why parents are wanting to take their kids out of school on holiday. And there's been so much about this in the press recently. You can see reports about how poorer parents are being penalised by taking their kids out of school. You can also see examples of other parents that are getting prosecuted as well for taking their kids out of school to go on holiday. So once again, I want to know what your opinion about this is. I did run a poll last year asking everybody whether they would take their kids out of school to make the most of cheaper holiday prices, and around 75% of you said that you would do. So I guess it's going to be a growing trend. Now, we're just talking about the UK here, but it has been reported that the UK government have fined more parents than ever before for taking their kids out during term time. Now, that's quite a nice cash grab, isn't it? But now I'd love to know what your opinion is about this. Leave your comments below. I'm pretty sure your opinion, if you're a teacher, is going to be a little bit different than if you're a parent trying to give your kids a slightly better value holiday. But once again, I've just seen such nonsense in the media once again this week. I was listening to, once again, apologies to my international audience, but I was listening to Jeremy Vine talking on BBC Radio 2, and the whole conversation was around how travel agents have put up the cost of holidays, which once again is completely incorrect. Now, I'm very pro travel agent. I'm very pro using a travel agent to book your holiday, because quite often, more often than not, you're going to get a much better price getting your holiday through your high street travel agency than you are trying to self-package online as well, and your holiday is going to be a little bit more protected as well. So if you were listening to that episode of Jeremy Vine on BBC Radio 2 talking about how travel agents have put up the price of holidays, it's not the travel agents, it's the tour operators, and it's the tour operators that negotiate the prices, and they package up and they organise the logistics of a holiday, and the travel agents are actually the intermediaries. So if you did listen to that, I just want to set the record straight on that. Travel agents sometimes do get a bad name in the industry, and I think that's completely unfair and unfounded, and once again, more misinformation by the mainstream media. So just looking at the government website, once again, if you're in the United Kingdom, let me know if it's the same for you in other countries in Europe. But if you're taking your child out of school in term time to go on holiday, you're going to be fined £80. Also, in the case of repeated fines, if a parent receives a second fine for the same child within any 3-year period, this will then be charged at a higher rate of £160. And once again, it looks like we're moving towards wealthier parents being able to take their kids on holiday during the summer, particularly if there's going to be an all-out movement into prosecuting parents in the UK for getting their kids out of school, even if it's for a couple of days early. Okay, everyone, I did write an article about this. If you want to find out more about how much the government or how much your council are going to be charging for taking your kids out of school just before peak season, I've dropped a link to that in the description text below. But once again, I do really look forward to reading your comments. Do apologise for not always responding to the comments, but I am catching up. I do manage to catch a glimpse of them, and I am reading all the comments that are appearing on the channel. Okay, so let's leave summer behind just for now, and let's take a look at the weather forecast for the week ahead. Well, I'm very pleased to say that we're starting the week off on a very sunny note. We've got plenty of sunshine, but it's going to be going downhill as we head towards Friday. It looks like we're going to be getting rain as we head on into the weekend once again, which I'm not happy about, and I'm pretty sure anyone working over here isn't happy about either. But we do have highs of 18 degrees and we have lows of 5. It feels very cold in the evenings, very cold and damp. So as I always say, if you're coming over at this time of year, bring plenty of layers, bring something warm, and definitely bring a coat. But as you can see over just on Ilietes beach, there are actually quite a few people sunbathing in swimwear, so maybe throw a bikini and some swimming shorts into your bag as well if you're coming over to see us out of season. Okay, everyone, I hope this video proved useful. I hope you get to book a really good value break if you're coming over to the island to see us this year, and don't forget, if you want to find out more about this topic, check out this video appearing on YouTube. Also check out this video to help you with your holidays too. You can also find me in the Facebook group and on my Instagram, also called Mallorca Under the Sun, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Goodbye for now.